guys, we have an urgent information coming out. Multiple earthquakes rattle California near Santa Rosa. Now, I want to show you really quick. I want to take you to the USGS website, and I want to show you something really quick here. If you can, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Yeah, the entire West Coast, even the Cascadia, going way down to Baja California, the entire fault line is shaking. Well, it's getting hit. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Once again, we are definitely seeing earthquakes and volcanic eruption going on in various places. Alright, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. All right, let's go with the this news really quick here. Guys, make sure you check out the videos I posted today. The links will be in the comments box. I've been posting videos over my third channel, the Prepper Watch News. Make sure you check out that video too. Thank you so much for your support. At least 7 earthquakes have struck in California in the last 24 hours, according to a data from the United States Geological Survey, USGS. It seems like there's more than 7 earthquakes out there. The earthquake ranged in size from 2.5 up to 4.1 magnitude. The data shows at least 2 of the earthquakes were centered near Santa Rosa by the geysers, according to the map. There were no reports of damage or casualties, and no tsunamis warnings have been issued. The problem is that it could trigger something else. It could trigger something else. So the region sits atop multiple significant fault lines, including the Rogers Creek Fault, which scientists have identified as a likely candidate for producing a future major earthquake. According to the United States Geological Survey fact sheet, the Rogers Creek Fault runs directly beneath Santa Rosa and has a history of producing damaging earthquakes, such as the 1969 Temblor that caused extensive property damage in the city. Wow. It says here, with more than 7 million people in the wider Bay Area, the earthquake risk also has serious implications for disasters, preparedness, infrastructure resilience, and public safety. Experts have warned that recent earthquake, while moderate, may only relieve a little stress along fault, keeping the potential for a larger event in the future. I want to bring this one up. Look at this. Puerto Rico has been seeing a lot of earthquake. At the same time, there's some military activity going on there. If you look at the right side, that dot, the red one on the right, that's where all the military ships are at. But there's been a lot of activity happening in that area with earthquakes. So what to know? The earthquake struck up and down the California coast Sunday and Monday. They hit as far north as the Oregon-California border and as far south as the Highland, California, the USGS map shows. The 2 near Santa Rosa hit at extremely shallow depths, meaning that they were wider felt. California is prone to seismic activity due to its locations along the San Andreas fault system, a major fault line that has caused some of the biggest earthquake in U.S. history. It says here, The San Andreas Fault runs about 750 miles from the Salton Sea in Southern California to Cape Mendocino in Northern California. It passes near major urban areas including Los Angeles and San Francisco. So what happens during an earthquake? Well, the ground shakes and everything, and that's not good. Earthquake results from the abrupt release of energy along fault lines, causing the ground to shake as seismic waves radiate away from the earthquake epicenter. California's faults, such as the Rogers Creek and the broader San Andreas system, involve tectonic plates grinding past each other horizontally, classified as strike-slip faults. These ruptures can occur with little warning and range from minor tremors to destructive shocks, depending on how much energy is discharged. The moderate earthquake commonly knock objects off shelves and rattle nerves, but may not cause visible structure damage, unless if it's an 8 point something, it's a different ballgame. However, each event serves as a reminder to residents to review their emergency plans and supplies, since even minor earthquakes can sometimes be precursors to larger shocks. The United States Geological Survey estimates a 5% chance of a larger earthquake following a moderate one within 3 days. Where were the epicenter of the earthquake? According to the United States Geological Survey data, the 7th earthquake occurred over a span of 2 days and were centered near the city of Santa Rosa in Sonoma County. Preliminary readings placed the epicenter predominantly along or near the Rogers Creek Fault, a fault known for its seismic activity and historical potential for damaging earthquakes. Some of the quakes were shallow, occurring at depths between 3 and 7 miles beneath the surface, which can increase their perceptibility. I actually apologize about the word. Let me try to pronounce it one more time. Perceptibility on the ground. Truly apologize, guys. All right. It says here, similar storm activity has previously been recorded in the area, with scientists cautioning that such patterns are often a feature of the region's complex geologic landscape. So where were the earthquake in relation to Santa Rosa? Most of the recorded seismic activity was localized to the immediate vicinity of Santa Rosa, a city in Northern California's wine country, approximately 55 miles north of San Francisco. The earthquakes occur near neighborhoods previously affected by historic temblors. These locals have in the past felt strong shaking, lost power, and seen minor to moderate damage such as falling objects and cracked pipes. The Santa Rosa region's unique geology, clay soils, and sedimentary basins can amplify ground shaking, according to United States Geological Survey research. So these are very important information coming out. Now, to a lot of people, this is not strong magnitude. It is for this area. It's very concerning. It's very concerning. It's like saying a 6.0 is not strong for Yellowstone, which it might not be, but it could, the odds of blowing, is now low. So these small magnitude could cause really big damage because it could lead to another massive magnitude. The United States Geological Survey said in a post on its website, the Geysers geothermal field is located in a tectonically active region of Northern California. The major seismic hazards in the region are from large earthquakes occurring along regional faults that are located miles away from the geothermal field, such as the San Andreas and Hellsberg-Rogers Creek faults. However, activities associated with the withdrawal of steam for producing electric power cause or induce small earthquakes to occur in the field. These smaller quakes are frequently felt by those who work at the field and by nearby residents. The USGS survey stated in 2019 publication, Santa Rosa is no stranger to earthquake. Scientists have learned how the underlying geology increases shaking damage in Santa Rosa, have mapped where the Rogers Creek Fault runs beneath the city, and have discovered that this fault is capable of much larger earthquakes. Now it says here, we're almost done with this one. So what happens next? United States Geological Survey and other seismological agencies continue to monitor seismic activity following the series of earthquakes. While the immediate risk of aftershocks or a larger event remains uncertain, scientists estimate that any moderate earthquake has a small chance of triggering, there you go, the small magnitude has a chance of triggering a stronger shock within a short time frame. Even though it was the biggest one was a 4.1, it could lead to something much bigger. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you never know. Local authorities have not reported significant injuries or damage from these latest earthquakes. All right, so let me take you one more time to the USGS earthquake map. And we are definitely, look at this, the West Coast. You got Alaska and the West Coast. Wow. Alaska is really seeing some earthquake today. So yeah, this like maybe 10 earthquake there so far. But just a little update to what's going on with these earthquakes in various places. Whoops. I want to take it straight up here really quick to Alaska. I think that's where the volcano's at. That volcano was supposed to blow this year, but for some reason, it just didn't blow. It goes to tell you that, you know, these, meteorologists or volcano experts, scientists, sometimes they don't get the prediction accurate, but they keep an eye on these volcanoes. All right, so Anchorage, people are prepared. That's where many people fled to, I think, in Anchorage. But other than that, it seems like this is all of it. Take you to South America really quick here. All right, so yeah, other than that, this is all the information. Guys, I did post a video of Alaska, talking about Alaska. Here's Alaska right there. 2.5 magnitude earthquake. Alaska is sounding the alarm. You have the Kilauea volcano. I think it's orange now, orange level. All right, they're talking about possibly the air could be impacted and that lava is rising. I mean, we're talking about huge amounts of lava in Kilauea volcano. At the same time, there's some volcano erupting. There was one that just erupted. It hasn't erupted in supposedly over 1,000 years, and it just blew yesterday. All right, so that's another sign of biblical prophecy. So we are praying for the people out there. in various places around the world that's experiencing volcano activity and earthquake. Remember, Jesus said there will be shaking the heavens and the earth, along with wars and famines and pestilence. And this has been going on for a very long time, but again, the numbers are increasing. And it's a reminder that many of us need to pick up our Bible and get into the Word of God and fill our minds with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And that is the Word of God. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Once again, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.